Make that 7 consecutive W's for our boys in blue and white. I think it's a little hint of red. As they beat the Chicago White Sox at Rogers Center 7-3, some big-time knocks for the Jays in this one, and are now 29-20 on the year, 7 straight W's, and at the very least, they have won the series against the White Sox at Rogers Center. But we all know what we want to do tomorrow afternoon. And by the way, if you're available after the game, head over to Blue Jays Center. I will be hosting the live stream post-game after the Blue Jays game at obviously at 3:07. So right after the game, I'll be going live with a few other guys to talk about that game. But it didn't start out great. Hyun-Jin Ryu got the ball for the Blue Jays. Michael Kopech got the ball for the White Sox. And in the top half of the first inning, first batter of the game, A.J. Pollock, he hits a solo bomb off of Ryu as a pitch up in the zone, and he crushed it. Second deck shot, you're down 1-0. Just like yesterday, a first inning solo bomb and you're down 1-0. However, bottom half of the first inning, Santiago Espinal leading off the game because George Springer out due to a non-COVID illness. So he was out for today. And Santiago Espinal takes a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner half from Michael Kopech, and he drills it to left field, and it is gone. Both teams have lead-off solo bombs. For the first time, I think the Jays have been in one of those since, I believe they said it was 2015. And we're tied at 1 just like that. And the offense came early for the Jays. Bottom of the second inning, Jays get to Michael Kopech. He starts to get a little wild, and the way the Jays have been playing lately, their approaches to the plate have been phenomenal, and it continues. Right? Bottom of the second, the base is loaded. Bo Bichette up with 2 away, and he draws a big-time walk. With the bases loaded, in comes Matt Chapman. And the Jays take a 2-1 lead, which is beautiful. Then, bottom of the third inning, with 2 guys on, Danny Jansen gets a 95 or some sort of fastball. I don't know if it was my 95 exactly, but it's a fastball right down the middle. And he drills this ball to left center field. I mean, he crushed this thing. And it is deep and gone. A 3-run bomb for Danny Jansen. The Jays are now up 5-1. On the White Sox, in comes Chapman, in comes Teoscar Hernandez, who had a great night at the plate. And the boys are up 5-1. The offense is going great. Ryu's gone 3 innings of 1-run ball. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. Top of the 4th inning, Jose Abreu hits a 2-run bomb off of Hyun-Jin Ryu, and that's a 5-3 game. And Ryu was done after that inning. They said it was some left forearm tightness. I believe he was on the IL with that earlier in the season, so we'll see what happens moving forward with that for Ryu. But with him coming out of the game, the bullpen was locked down tight. Stripling, Phelps, Jimmy Garcia were phenomenal today. And we'll get to that in a second. But in the bottom half of the 8th inning, in a 5-3 game, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. comes up with Bo Bichette on, and he had an infield single his last time out, but really hasn't found himself offensively at all. And he starts June on a very nice note. Not only does he get the infield single, but he gets a fastball in the outer half, right down in a away corner. But he gets barrel the ball, times it up perfectly, and he crushes it to dead center field, and it is gone. A 2-run bomb for Vladdy. A 2-hit game for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the Jays expand their lead to a 7-3 lead. And after that shot, everybody had a breath of fresh air, the sigh of relief, because obviously Romano doesn't have to come out in this situation. It's a 4-run game, and I think Charlie learned that from the Angels series. When you have a more than 3-run lead, you don't use your GOAT. You don't use him. And they use Jimmy Garcia, and he does a fine job closing out the game. And the Blue Jays win it 7-3. There's so many things you can touch on when it comes to this game, and we'll get to it with the team stats, all right? Santiago Espinal went 1 for 4 in the game with a run scored, an RBI. He hit the bomb. He also walked once as well, so got on base 2 of the 5 times that he came to the dish. Bo Bichette was 0 for 2 in the game. However, he scored a run, had an RBI, and the bases loaded walk, and he had a total of 3 walks in the game. Bo Bichette, one of the most free-swinging guys that we know. We love him to death, but 3 walks? I mean, incredible eye. Seeing him do that is showing everybody the way this team is so locked in with the strike zone and really knowing how to gauge it. It's pretty incredible to watch, really. You know, he had a great night at the plate. Vladdy, having started the night 0 for 3, ends up 2 for 5 with a run scored, 2 RBIs on the home run because Bo Bichette scored on that home run from Vladdy. And he had a good night. Teoscar Hernandez, man, is he getting hot or is he getting hot? 2 for 3 in the game, had a run scored. After having 2 doubles there last night, he also walked twice as well. He had on base 4 of the 5 times that he came to the plate. I believe his average is now about at that 200 mark. He's starting to feel himself again, and it is really nice to watch. And as I mentioned in the last video, Gurriel is not as hot as he was in that Angels series. However, I think he went like 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk, and today he goes 1 for 3 with a walk. It's on base 2 of the 4 times he came to the plate, so Gurriel's still feeling pretty good. And Matt Chapman, not only offensively did he do a great job defensively. Can we talk about that incredible diving play that he made? Just remarkable stuff from Matt Chapman, and you're really starting to see him he's obviously took him some time to get his feet wet with the Blue Jays, but you can really see him starting to hit his stride now. He was 1 for 3 in the game, but he also scored 2 runs, and he walked once as well, so he had on base 2 of the 4 times he came to the dish. He's over above 200 now on the season, and he's really starting to find himself. And Raimel flippin' Tapia, he goes 2 for 3 in the game. He's now hitting 250 on the year. I mean, he's fitting in real nicely. It's nice to have that lefty bat going out there and giving you a couple hits almost every single night. Is beautiful. 10 hits total for the Blue Jays, 10 strikeouts total for the Jays as well. But pitching-wise, let's talk about it. Hyunjin Ryu got the start, and again, I don't know how long that tightness was bothering him, but he was pretty good through 3. Obviously gave it the solo shot to start the game, but after that was dialed in. When I ended up going 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned, and struck out 4 and didn't walk a batter. So overall, it was an okay outing from Ryu. Again, I don't know how long that tightness was bothering him, but he's obviously trying to fight through it a little bit. But again, his team offensively is buzzing, so it gave him a chance to go out there and kind of try and fight through it, but you didn't want to hurt him any more than he was already there. And Ross Stripling goes out there and does an impeccable job. I believe in that inning, I can't remember which one it was, 7th inning, I believe, when David Phelps came out there. That was a little bit of a sketchy situation. It really, really was, right? He ends up going 2 2/3, allowed 3 hits and 2 runs, but you also got to give a ton of credit for David Phelps going out there, getting the final out of that inning. I believe the bases were loaded and 2 out. And Phelps got out of that. I think it was a chopper to Bo, and he ended up flipping over to second and get the final out of the inning, which was incredible. And then Phelps goes out there in the next inning and throws a clean inning, allows 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout. He did a fantastic job. So Stripling goes 2 2/3 of scoreless ball. Phelps goes an inning and a third of scoreless ball. And then you have Jimmy Garcia going out there in the final inning, in the 9th. Goes an inning, no hits, no walks, no runs, and a strikeout. Clean job for Jimmy. He's been phenomenal lately. And the Blue Jays win another one, 7-3 over the Chicago White Sox. Again, we saw the pitching matchup. I said it yesterday. Ryu and Kopech, and we're like, it's tough. But the Jays, they went at Kopech, and they made him throw strikes, and it was really beautiful to watch. And I got to say, Jays fans, we all know the offense is going great, but look at the last 2 starters for the White Sox. Michael Kopech had an ERA of under 1.3 going into today's game, which is ridiculous. Lucas Giolito had an ERA sub 270 going into yesterday's game. They handled both of them. They scored 6 off of Giolito. I believe over 4 innings, they scored... What? I can't remember how many. Did he go 4 innings? If he did go 4 innings, then that means he gave up 5 runs, right? So they did a really good job against both starting pitchers that have been phenomenal so far this year, and it tells you how locked in these Jays guys are. I mean, I believe Kopech walked 4 guys. And his stuff is good. But man, the Jays have an eye at the plate, and it's beautiful to watch because they're making them come into the zone. And when they're coming into the zone, they're not missing their pitches, and they're crushing baseballs. The Jays had, 1, 2, 3 home runs. 2 were multi-run home runs, and you made it count. It was beautiful. Now, the finale of the series, Jays fans, goes tomorrow afternoon. It's a 3:07 first pitch there at Rogers Center. Johnny Cueto. I am baffled he's still in the league, but he's having a pretty good start to the season for the White Sox. However, so was, the other 2 guys. But it doesn't mean you take Johnny Cueto lightly. He's facing off against Alek Manoah. Jays fans, we look at the pitching match and we're like, okay, looks pretty good. I really want to bring that broom back out. But hey, enjoy the W tonight because it was a very good win for the Toronto Blue Jays yet again. And they've now won 7 straight. They're 9 games over 500. They have sole possession of that first wild card spot. And with the Yankees and Angels not playing today and being postponed, the Jays just going out there and doing what they're supposed to do. Go out there and win a ball game. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, because damn, that was a good game to watch, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course, tomorrow after, or guys, it's going to be the evening when I'm talking to you guys. Post-game Jays Edition. Johnny Cueto, Alek Manoah is the pitching matchup at 3:07 at Rogers Center in the finale of the 3-game set, as the Jays look for the 3-game sweep, and they look for the win number 8 in a row, and look to go 10 games over the 500 mark, which would be a fantastic, thing to reach in the early goings of June. A very good start to June, 1-0. Let's keep this thing rolling tomorrow, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.